Wernher Magnus Maximilian Freiherr von Braun was born March 23, 1912, in Wurstitz, province of Posen, then a part of the German Empire. Von Braun was an accomplished amateur musician who could play Beethoven and Bach from memory. Von Braun learned to play the cello and the piano at an early age and originally wanted to become a composer. At age 12, von Braun was inspired by speed records established by Max Vellier and Fritz von Opel in rocket-propelled cars. He detonated a toy wagon to which he had attached a number of fireworks. He was taken into custody by the local police until his father came to collect him. In 1925, von Braun attended a boarding school at Ettersburg Castle near Weimar, where he did poorly in physics and math. But later as a youth he became enamored with the possibilities of space exploration by reading the science fictions of Jules Verne and H.G. Wells, and from the science fact writings of Hermann Oberth. He later mastered calculus and trigonometry so he could understand the physics of rocketry. From his teenage years, von Braun had held a keen interest in spaceflight. He became involved in the German Rocket Society, Verein für Raumfahrt, as early as 1929. In 1930, he attended the Technical University of Berlin. There it is where he actually joined the Verein für Raumfahrt, or the Spaceflight Society. He also assisted Willy Ley in his liquid-fueled rocket motor tests. In 1932, he went to work for the German Army to develop ballistic missiles. Von Braun received a Ph.D. in physics on July 27, 1934. From there, von Braun was forced to be a member of the Nazi Party if he wanted to continue doing the work of his life. He became a commissioned officer of the SS and a decorated Nazi war hero. He is well known as a leader of what has been called the Rocket Team, which developed the V-2 ballistic missile for the Nazis during World War II. He was arrested and detained for 2 weeks for feeling regret for developing the V-2 rocket and for saying he felt the war was not going well. The Nazi regime said he was a communist sympathizer and was trying to sabotage the V-2 program. As a part of a military operation called Project Paperclip, von Braun and his rocket team were taken from defeated Germany and sent to America, where they were installed at Fort Bliss, Texas. There they worked on rockets for the U.S. Army. They launched them at White Sands Proving Ground in New Mexico. We knew that we had created a new means of warfare, and the question as to what victorious nation we were willing to entrust this brainchild of ours was a moral decision more than anything else. We wanted to see the world spared another conflict such as Germany had just been through, and we felt that only by surrendering such a weapon to people who are guided by the Bible could such an assurance to the world be best secured. Wernher von Braun. For 15 years after World War II, von Braun worked with the U.S. Army in the development of ballistic missiles and the U.S. Army Intermediate Range Ballistic Missile. Later, he and his team built the Army's Jupiter ballistic missile. In 1960, his Rocket Development Center transferred from the Army to the newly established NASA and received a mandate to build the giant Saturn rockets. Von Braun became director of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and the chief architect of the Saturn V launch vehicle, the super booster that would propel America to the moon in the Apollo spacecraft. In 1975, he received the National Medal of Science. After leaving NASA, von Braun became vice president for engineering and development at the Aerospace Company of Fairfield Industries in Germantown, Maryland, on July 1, 1972. In 1973, von Braun was diagnosed with kidney cancer that would ultimately lead to his death. He died in Alexandria, Virginia on June 16, 1977. Von Braun published many works, including The Mars Project, German Rocketry, The Coming of Space Age, The Rocket's Red Glare, and Project Mars. It is believed that without the help of von Braun, America would not have reached the moon as quickly as it did. And for his accomplishments, there is a crater named after von Braun on the moon. Von Braun received the NASA Distinguished Service Medal in 1969, the National Medal of Science in 1975, and the Wernher von Siemens Ring in 1975 also. You must accept one of two basic premises. Either we are alone in this universe, or we are not alone in this universe. And either way, the implications are staggering. Wernher von Braun.